Hey Pisces, how you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We're checking in for your energies, sun, moon, and rising. As mentioned, I'm in Sedona. I just had a really magical session, crystalline healing session. It was pretty fab, and I'm feeling fab and re-energized. The cards have a lot to say. So let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, to support your energies. Okay, coming up, we've got Nine of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords. Whew. Let's get one more, thank you, Spirit. One more for Pisces. And the world energy. Okay, this is good, Pisces. I know sometimes at first when we see things, we're like, yeah, that's not looking good. We'll have a look at, got the Hangman also showing up here, but we'll dive in a little bit deeper in a second on all this and clarify. But I feel like there's been some component here or struggle or understanding around where to put your efforts and energy. And this has potentially been some form of challenge for you with this Nine of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, because there's a part of you that knows your truth and who you are and how you show up and what you will bring to the table, in addition to what's kind of haunting you at the same time. And maybe you're trying to discern a situation here, or reconcile a situation, or make something right here where you feel good, you feel celebrated, and you feel, connected to that. Just like harmony and balance, like as part of a rebuild for you. With the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the World, I just feel like this Queen of Wands energy is maybe a version of you that you recognize. And this is going to apply potentially for some of you, and I've got a different story also coming through here in terms of the energy. But this could be like how you see yourself, or how you've been, again, knowing your potential of something with this Queen of Wands energy. That's being in passionate pursuit for something that you believe in. This is also, having clear goals, knowing what matters to you, and willing to walk the walk and talk the talk that you need to step into to acquire certain things or make certain things happen. You're very confident, standing out in terms of that presence. And again, it's something about your goals here, it seems, or something that you've achieved at some point in time in your life. But I see here the Seven of Swords, something has potentially drained you, some situation here, and it could be an emotional one and a mental one, conflict here of something you've put effort in that hasn't kind of given you that reward or benefit of the Queen of Wands energy, okay? And I feel there might be parts of yourself that you're missing, because this Seven of Swords is kind of acknowledging the Queen of Wands. For some of you, and I'm going to just kind of go back around and then reconnect here, that this could be an energy, Queen of Wands energy, a feminine energy. I'm not getting like super feminine energy, but I'm just getting an energy, could be a fire sign, but someone here that has kind of come into a connection, and I don't know in what capacity, that's going to be your story, but in saying here that has kind of brought you down, hasn't done potentially the right thing, has potentially hurt you, could be some form of, distrust, disloyalty of some kind here. And you're probably also reflecting here on how did you get here, okay? Considering what effort and energy you put into a situation. With the world energy, what I'm really liking here is whatever this was, or whatever this has been, or whatever's transpired, something's going to cycle out here. Along with that, you've got the Hanged Man, the Eight of Wands, just looking at the bottom of the deck, and the Moon energy moving to the Ten of Pentacles, and then the High Priestess. So there's something pretty powerful happening here when we connect into this, Pisces, because what I see is that you're really trying to look at things from all angles. You're trying to maybe take a pause or reflect or understand something here, but at the same time of like, when do you release this self-sacrificing energy that you've been putting yourself in? When do you let go of that? And I feel that's also part of the equation here that's happening, that you're shifting out, you're moving forward. There's going to be some form of communication or someone or something coming in with this Eight of Wands and this Moon energy that I think is setting your sights on something new or different, or the potential and possibility of something. It could be a situation that you haven't discussed, or it could be a situation that someone hasn't discussed with you. But wherever this is leading, and whether it's unknown or not, we're seeing the movement forward. I'll put it this way so it's a bit easier. We're seeing the movement forward here, okay, of, I think there's some trust here in what you're feeling, and the feeling is very good, what you're feeling, as you make assessment here with this Hangman to kind of release yourself from whatever you're sacrificing, because I think you've had enough time to really look, to really feel, to really acknowledge what's been going on. And there's something here that I feel has awakened you in a different way, and kind of highlighting things that you potentially haven't seen before. And it doesn't necessarily mean like something's being done, but I think there's this acknowledgement of knowing, but also what looking at a situation from a different place that's helping you align now and move towards the Ten of Pentacles. And there's a part of you too knowing you've got to trust in your intuition and hold great strength in place here, because when you don't, things become unbalanced, and that's where you start feeling back into this Nine of Swords energy. So whatever's happening here, you're shifting out of. This is coming to an end, coming to a close. What else do we need to know about this Nine of Swords energy? You've got the Temperance. This is really beautiful. This is talking about, you know, stepping into a place here, Pisces, of taking care of yourself, alchemizing something to awaken something new. And I feel there's parts here that you're learning or uncovering about yourself in a really great way that is allowing you to recreate or create something where there's no longer focus on what is disturbing you, okay? Seven of Pentacles. Actually, let's get another one on the Temperance. Thank you, Spirit. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. So this is about the true effort, the real understanding of self, and the path and the willingness to do what you need to do to keep creating and building, I think, a platform for yourself here, Pisces, where you feel strong, where you feel like you're making a difference, and like I said, pulling yourself out of this Nine of Swords energy. I think there's just new efforts and new like just something opening up here that you really enjoy doing. But I feel it's like connecting to yourself again. That's a part of this joy, a part of this growth, a part of this willingness and knowingness of what can be created when you put your mind, heart, and soul into it, rather than allowing situations outside of you kind of take over, if that makes sense. What do we need to know here about the Seven of Pentacles? Thank you, Spirit. Got the Queen of Cups. You know, this is you again showing up here on, I think, being honest with yourself here, Pisces, of where you've put your efforts, but knowing that even if efforts have been lost or gone towards a certain situation, that it always carries you for better in the future, the next place, the next destination, or whatever next chapter is for you, because you know nothing is like for nothing, right? And I think this shows true character of who you are. I think this shows your true heart and the willingness, again, to pursue and do what you need to do, but recognizing this can't be about anyone else or anything else anymore. This is about turning inwards and filling up your own cup as you move through this, even in the disappointment or even in the hardship that may be there. What else do we need to know about this Queen of Cups energy? Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Cups energy. So we've got the Well and the Four of Wands. So there's something that's creating here, right? That you can't see yet. There's something creating, there's something opening up here that is meant for you. But I think where you've been or what you've been doing, you haven't been able to see it, if that makes sense. So this is really powerful energy when you can actually step in and you can call in the things that you're desiring. And I feel naturally this path is going to open for you, but it's when you take best care of yourself. It's when, like I said, you have this understanding and belief here of who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I think you're going to just feel really good about yourself as you keep taking those moments and steps forward, because you're getting closer to where you want to go. Ultimately, like we saw, the Ten of Pentacles, right? Three of Cups. What do we need to know? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you might find that someone's going to come in here, come back around, because they're kind of going over here to either apologize, to connect in, to talk about how do we make something work, or how do we share more on this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. I've got the Death card. I just want to get one more here to see if this is what it's telling me. Yeah. So if someone has been in a different energy or giving to a different connection, okay, and that's been part of the challenge for you, I feel this person wants to come back around and tell you that's kind of done. But as they do that, it's not enough for you. It could also be too that whoever wants to come around recognizes something that they've potentially ended again and trying to say, hey, can we talk? Can we connect in? Can we, get back to a certain place and time? I think, when there's fear of a situation of loss, when someone finally makes a choice to move on from a situation that has been hurting them and they've always stood for what they believe in a way of trying to make things right. It's only when you finally let go of that, when that person recognizes where they've messed up or effed up. And I think that's kind of what may be transpiring. Let's have a look at the Queen of Wands. What do we need to know here? I think people forget when you have their back and the loyalty and integrity, right? And Pisces, I think a part of this is that when they recognize that you're not giving to that anymore and their behavior or the way that they're showing up for you is very unbalanced, it's when you start investing in yourself more and putting more into yourself, more into your goals, more into your dreams, and it's not about them so much, you start to see a different them or a different way of being. In addition to this Queen of Wands, we've got the Knight of Wands showing up. So yeah, I feel this is interesting. I feel this Queen of Wands is a little bit manipulative. What else do we need to know about this Knight of Wands energy? What do we need? What do we need to know about this Knight of Wands energy? I mean, this is where someone could have been giving to or showing up in and out, treating you like a Queen of Wands energy. But I feel someone here has kind of been a little bit manipulated or manipulated someone here to try and get their way that has somehow hurt you, okay, and left you a little defeated and hurt. Let's get one more here, understand more on what this is for our Pisces. One more, thank you, Spirit. What do we need to know? Yeah. I feel like this was just too much for you, whatever was happening here. And maybe sometimes, like I said, someone was treating you deservingly and, you know, showing up that way. And then at times it's kind of like the opposite. And it was a lot to bear, a lot to take on. I do feel that someone else potentially in this energy was manipulating the situation a bit, hence the maybe back and forth energy. I don't know what type. This could be a child. This could be another female energy, like feminine energy. It doesn't necessarily mean like an intimate relationship of some kind, as in, you know, betrayal, but ultimately looking at overall at this, there is some form of betrayal here that someone, the way that someone has shown up or done something. But again, it's coming to an end. So let's have a look at this Seven of Swords. Got the Empress energy. This is a really beautiful card. What else do we need to know about the Empress energy? It's a lot. Thank you, Spirit. So I've got the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling here you've shifted your energy, or you're shifting your energy quite significantly here, Pisces, because amongst it you recognize a choice you need to make, and you can't come from a false sense of self or a false belief or something of potential that is just not really what's there. And what I mean is maybe you want to look at a situation or believe a situation is a certain way, but you've got evidence, as in feedback, proof, the way someone's behaving, acting, and showing up. And maybe you don't want to believe that, or that's what's going on, but I feel like there's something here that is trying to protect you, okay? But it's interesting too how the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups are showing up, which is showing up there, is kind of divided. But I feel this is protection for you, and you may not see that right now as part of your decision-making process, removing a situation that you once potentially stood for, believed in, because to be able to get to the place that where you want to go, how you want to feel, how you want to be treated, the only way to do it is by removing the choice that is causing the draining energy, that's causing the conflict. Because what we see here is with this Seven of Wands and Six of Swords is about getting to your place of strength and putting, you know, boundaries in place of what it is that you really want, and not allowing you to be potentially manipulated here, or, you know, where you question yourself and people's intentions. You shouldn't have to, like, that's not a good place to be if we're constantly doing that. And I feel there's a sense of freedom that you're coming into and stepping into here amongst the choice and decisions that you're now making. You don't need to hide this anymore. I feel like this is a part of you saying, you know what, I make my choice and I'm moving in a different place. I'm moving in a different direction. For some of you, you might be fully relocating with the Six of Swords and the World energy, moving home, going to a new destination. Let's have a look at the World energy and what we need to know. Yeah, we see you moving on. Got the Eight of Cups as well. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, there's something divinely led, ready and waiting for you, Pisces. One more, thank you, Spirit. These cards are like badass for the outcome here. Well, for this section, I'm still going to do more on the outcome. And Page of Wands, yeah. Look at this. The World, the Eight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. You're going somewhere pretty amazing, pretty spectacular here. I feel really powerful energy with whatever's changing. And like I said, I feel a lot of this is being orchestrated now, even in the difficulties of decision making, of trying to understand a situation, a person, or dynamic. I think now it's like you even recognize, like I said, or will recognize with your own energy what doesn't really have power over you anymore. And I'm just seeing that whatever this change is a really supportive one, because I think even with this Eight of Cups, I want you to notice there's no cup missing like a traditional tarot. What I like is, though, is the curiosity to go find what's out there, to go explore the unknown and the potential and possibility of something. And I feel that's what you're doing, because you're feeling called. The energy is pulling you, right? The energy is pulling you to go after something here. In addition to whatever you're going after, I think, there's going to be a nice acquaintance or some situation that comes in that's going to be very, I don't know, I'm just getting like a freeing energy that is going to kind of warm you up and excite you for something different, for something new. Let's get some final messages and what you need to know. Thank you. Final messages for Pisces. I wish I could put more cards out, guys, but I've got a really tiny place. I didn't realize where I'm at didn't have a desk, so I'm using the side table, but it's a pretty big one. Yeah, so there's some part here where you didn't feel valued, or you were trying to go, well, I've got this and I'm grateful for this, but it's not enough. You don't deserve like crumbs. You don't deserve like little bits of nothing and try to just be happy with that one time that someone did something for you. No. Again, you've got kind of the divine energy here with the patience energy. This is also temperance energy, which we kind of started there. So there is something that, like I said, is tempering, is alchemizing and working out, but it's all comes in God's time, Spirit's time, and that's going to be incredibly important as part of this. What else do we need to know? I think the biggest part for you, Pisces, if you're in a little funk, you're going to start seeing that shift if it hasn't already, or something that's really been troubling you. We've got the Angel of Love, and let's just get one more. Thank you, Spirit. And Magician in the Mirror. I like it. So there's definitely something here that is moving to a place of I feel loving yourself in a deeper way. Loving what you know is part of your truth. For some of you, it might be refocusing on certain people or situations that there's this unconditional element on both sides. And I think you've learned a lot from whatever this connection or person or situation is, on how you've been treated. But I think even too, I think your own persistence and the way you stand up for something and believe in something and hold integrity, and actually in the hardship or the difficulties, knowing when, okay, it's time now. It's time for me to kind of go swim, get back into the ocean and go play and go have fun and cleanse at the same time, And I know it's not an easy journey, but I feel it's a really supportive one, where you're moving to. And with Magician in the Mirror, like I said, this is part of self-reflection, but also what you put out is going to come back. And I feel and what I mean by that is this manifestation element, right? It's, again, this part of alchemizing, creating, that's kind of, it's just working in your favor right now. So I feel, like I said, things are happening that you can't potentially see yet, even though you acknowledge what efforts you've put into situations. What's going to make a difference is your drive and determination to do the things that light you up, to do the things that make you feel good. And even though it may be a challenge with a person coming in and out or trying to connect with you, I think having those boundaries in place are going to be incredibly important for your chapter. So let's get a final message from Spirit for Pisces. Final message. Thank you. Final message. Thank you. It's given us 2. Gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. And I definitely see that here for you. like I said, there's just a part I feel you need to get out of a bit of a funk or a bit of a valley that you might be in. And then we've got King Tide. I think we had this, oh, maybe it was for a different energy, but plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. And that's what I feel you're doing. You're starting to call in your power, call in your energy, call in the joy and the peace that comes with doing you, and doing it from a sense of freedom, not a sense of like worrying about how other people are showing up for you. Like there's just this different level of certainty about yourself that I feel is happening. And a part of that is your gentle force and gentle nature that makes things create in a bigger way for you. And I don't know, there's something powerful that you seem to be doing, Pisces, and I don't think you actually recognize what's on the other side. But the more you keep flexing that muscle of taking care of yourself and following those passionate pursuits that you have and letting go of people or situations that just aren't in true alignment, and respectfully giving them a pass every time, like something's going to change. Because I think now you figured out that they're not, but you might find they're kind of re-entering a little bit, but you recognize like the feeling and emotion and everything behind it is just too heavy and you don't want to carry it anymore. And we can see you moving on. We can see this great change ahead and something that is beautifully, divinely led for you. So I'm going to leave you with that, dear ones. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye now.